So we got one of Mrs. Murder Nova's dailies. Needs a little bit of work done here. The 87 that you've seen us go and get and paint a couple years ago. And it's wintertime, and that's what she likes to drive. Unfortunately, it's gonna need a little work this year. So, went to O'Reilly's.
Don't get the EPA out here to deal with that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh no, there's a drainage system under there.
Plus it's all water.
Yeah.
There's no
It come out of the ground to begin with.
Yes. Yes. So we're gonna take care of that.
Yeah, we only run water.
So I got in it last night with her to go up to Aiden's basketball game. And picking up trash, by the way. This is not mine.
That ain't mine.
Could have been mine. Could have been mine.
Cookie milkshake or something?
And the headlights aren't working on it. Can't take the brights off. One of the brights is out. The other one is not. Turn signals weren't working, going only left, right.
Yeah.
They work going left. The switch that in this year K5 is in the column to turn the high and low beams on and off. It's not working.
Doesn't click.
It seems like all this stuff worked, and now all of a sudden it doesn't. So
buy her nice things.
I know.
Just treats them like that.
Yep. So now we have a day of fixing things on this. So, which whenever we got it, we never did anything to it. It run and drive fine. I never even put spark plugs in it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do all that today. Change the oil in it, because even though she has that ridiculously big truck, she still only drives this one in the snow and the rain.
Yep.
So, which is fine. The other one likes to hydroplane, and honestly, I'd rather her be in this one.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
So even though we don't want to do it, we got some ground issues.
Those are always fun to track down.
The headlights are dim on one side, but you can grab the harness, shake it around a little bit, and that baby brightens right up. So, I'm sure it's a ground problem over there. We'll figure that out. That thing's still got smog on it.
Ugh.
I'll probably leave all that alone. It is what it is. It still runs good.
Yeah.
But I pull the fan, shroud, all that stuff off to get to the water pump. Let's be honest, it should be an hour job. It's probably gonna take us all day.
Probably.
We're not really mechanics.
No, we just play them on TV.
Yeah.
And YouTube.
Plus I'm, kind of down and out. MPK motor's a total loss.
Ugh.
We knew we broke the crank. We knew that there was going to be problems, but at this point we can't use anything in it. Obviously, we knew we couldn't reuse the crank.
Yeah.
We were hoping we could use the block, and now we can't.
No,
it busted up a lot of stuff in there. Got the cam. Got it all.
Dang.
I mean, we knew that it was going to take a rack. We knew that it was going to take a crank. But, man, now I don't even know if the lifters are good. And those had 4 passes on them. 10 passes on them. 10?
Yes, 10.
10 passes on those lifters.
10 passes.
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, the lifters are not a problem. They're like $3,500.
Yeah. But it just went from, we were kind of thinking 15 to 20, and then we're probably minimum of 40 to 50 at this point. So
yeah,
1,000.
That hurts.
50,000.
That hurts. So now we're gonna have to try to find some more money somewhere. I thought, there's no doubt about it, we were a little bit behind the 8 ball at the beginning of last season, because we didn't make a full hit until Ohio, until the first MPK race. That was our first full trip to the 8th mile. And so then I thought, beginning of February, we're going to be testing, and we're going to be ahead of the game this next season.
Yep.
And here we are, going to spend all of our money before the season starts.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a letdown. We were kind of optimistic, because rolling the motor over, it
sounded fine.
Sounded clean.
Didn't hear anything
like
in
there were
there.
no rods slinging around. It turns out they slung when everything happened.
Well, not only that, we're pulling everything off the car right now. You got the transmission out yesterday, the rear shocks. We still got to pull the front struts off of it. We'll do that at some point today.
Yeah.
We got the trailer apart in there, putting brakes on it, and that is a mess in itself.
It's a sucky
Trying
job.
to find rotors. Every one of the rotors are broke, and when I would say cracked.
Yeah, no,
you can't really call that a crack. That's more of a break.
Yeah.
Like they are 4 spots on every rotor just broke, and there's one of them that has 1/4-inch gap in between it. It's broke so bad.
Yes.
So whenever they're cracked that bad, I knew that some of them were cracked throughout the season, but they just crack. There's no doubt about it. It's too much weight and too much heat to stop that trailer, and they just crack. And Jeff Lutz has told me in the past, oh yeah, doesn't matter. You can put brand new ones on it. A month later, they're going to be cracked.
Yeah.
Well, these are cracked bad enough that they're grabbing the pad as it starts stopping, grabbing the pad, breaking the pad, and then it took the plunger and came all the way out of the brake, and then it leaked all the fluid out. So the last trip of the season, I didn't have any brakes coming home from Arizona, which was really easy to find once we got here because there's a big pool and so that's the one that we started on.
Yeah.
So calipers are not that big of a deal, even though why would you ever pick that vehicle to get those calipers off of? Luckily, the calipers had a part number on them. Phantom looks it up, and it came from 02. Well, because that's what year the trailer is, 02.
Yes.
So this was brand new, maybe a hotness in 02. I don't know.
It's the best thing out.
But they came off of a 02 E250 Econoline, which I'm assuming is a big van.
Yep.
So then we thought, well, maybe that's where the rotors came from too. No, those rotors have a big hat on them.
Like a dually.
Big
almost.
round hat with a dually, and they're about like this, and they slide over the hub. Ours are not like that. Ours are flat and then have the bolts in them.
Yes.
The holes.
It's a real weird design, and maybe that's all there. Like you said, maybe that's all there was at the time. But
well, I don't know. I have the same trailer that Kai has, and I have the same trailer that Jeff Lutz has, and mine is definitely not the same as Jeff Lutz's. His are F350 stuff, excursion. His are excursion stuff. So F250, F350. I think they're the same brakes.
Yeah.
And I believe last winter we spent $11,000 getting all the brakes and everything brand new on this trailer.
Yes.
I called the people up and asked where they got the stuff from, and they're like, do you have any kind of paperwork? And come on, man, that was a year ago. You think I got paperwork?
Yeah.
So I dig through my emails. They never emailed me anything. They don't keep that stuff on file.
Yeah, you would think, hey man, just look up Sean Ellington.
I gave him my name. He said that he's going to look it around. But of course, the guy that I dealt with there that was really awesome, super cool, all that stuff, he's not there anymore.
That's the way it goes.
So, Kai gave me the part number of what he used. I looked it up, and it looks like it'll work on mine.
Yeah, it's very similar.
But unfortunately, Kai said that he had to re-drill all of his because the pattern was different. If that's all I got to do,
yeah,
I'm good with that. They're like $300 a piece.
There's 6 of them.
There's 6, and I'm going to need a spare.
Right.
Just to know that it's only going to last about half the season.
Yeah. Well, and then, so to get the hub off that's got the rotor on it and everything, takes a 2.5-inch socket. Well, I don't know if you guys know, but not everyone has a 2.5-inch socket.
I didn't even have a 2-inch socket. Right.
But you can go to Harbor Freight and buy it, but you can't just buy it.
You can't just buy one.
So you got to buy a whole kit of Harbor Freight tools to get a 2.5-inch socket. So that's what we did.
Yeah.
And then it was really tight.
Yeah.
Still.
Dumb, man.
What are you doing, Briar?
Bye.
Nope.
Bye. You want to go in the house? Huh? You go in the house? Huh? You go in the house? She wants to go in the house, don't you? Huh? She just wants to lay around in the house all day, which is not a bad thing because I enjoy that too. So there's that. And then we, of course, are trying to go faster than we went last year. So we're doing things like VFN has us a new front end coming. We got new doors coming because over the years, we may have scraped the wall that one time, and over the years we have done work to all these parts.
There's a reason this car is so straight.
Yes, because Dad does body work to it.
Yes.
And anytime you do body work, you are going to put filler on it, extra coats of primer.
Poundage.
Yes, which equals out to weight. This year, I know it's going to be hard for him, But I told him, I don't want you doing anything. You can block it.
Yeah.
That's it. That takes material off. And hopefully I'm sure it's going to be thin because it's going to be light.
Yeah.
But most of the stuff that we get from VFN is fairly decent anyways.
Oh, yeah.
And it's in good shape. So I told him, let's focus on light. Dogs come up here and poop right where I walk around.
Ooh, it's runny too.
It doesn't even look solid. Demi's got some problems. She's just going to drag it all over the place. So, I mean, it did seem like the F-150 is going well.
It did. I can't wait to
He's
see
driving
that.
it around. Everything's great. He said it's controlling the transmission amazing. Like, he's happy about it. If Luis at Fuel Tech is happy about how things are going,
If
not
Luis,
only happy, man, he seems proud.
So if things aren't going well, when Luis is messing with something, he'll give you the but he's like,
Yes.
it's good.
Yes. Some of the memes that guy comes
Oh,
up with
man.
just kill me, though.
Yeah. He's a funny dude.
So that seems good. Maybe something good
We
will
got
come
that
out of
going
that.
for us.
Yeah, we got that going for us. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna go in the house real quick, and then I'm gonna come back out here, and I'll pull the K5 in, and we can talk and bullshit about whatever while I'm working.
Yeah. Watch you fumble around in there and
Look, man, that's a square body. Ain't nothing going on in that thing that I can't fix.
Yep. You want to be able to use the lift to stand on?
Probably. Can you back up some?
No. Probably pull forward.
Where's the...
Oh, the dolly deal? Yeah, then back up some. Or get that checked out.
I feel like that module that goes to the transmission that is a...
Oh, the vacuum modulator?
vacuum. Yeah. I feel like that might not be on, but it don't shift hard.
No,
So it's weird.
TBI 350.
Yep.
So, did we talk about the problem with this thing? Water pump went out. Did we talk about, like, the water pump went out, right? Like, water pumps leaking water?
It's coming out everywhere. Yeah, it was like, I don't know, 250, 260 yesterday whenever I got in it.
Yeah.
And Aaron's just sitting there idling. I was like, see that little gauge over there that tells you the temperature?
Not supposed to be that
Where it's
far
at right
right.
now is not good.
Yeah.
Plus, she had drove it around all day yesterday, so.
And every day before that.
Yeah, so no telling.
I mean, it's a TBI 350. You can't really hurt them.
I know. You think if I flip this around and she hears it go woo woo like that, you think that she'd know something was different?
Oh, yeah. What did you do to my truck? Small EGRs and,
All kinds of dumb things.
you know, sort of fuel injection.
You think that is a 10?
No. Is it really? I mean, oh, for the shroud?
Wish I knew if this was a 10 or not.
I mean, just because it was where the 10 should be doesn't mean anything.
It fits it. Well, I can't really see that small anyways.
Oh, you don't have no glasses out here?
Where's my good little one? Put up? It is.
Wow.
Man, I got some glasses somewhere. I have to stop in between. Just because I gotta go to Tulsa.
Ugh. What'd you want to go to Tulsa for?
What happened?
Oh, no.
Oh, it goes.
It just clamps
The
to
nut
itself?
is on the back. And you know I'm gonna put this back on there and everything.
Yeah.
I got new hoses and everything for this, so.
This thing will be good as new. Just like it came from the Chevy house in '87.
That's right. Ooh, the guy right there's broke a little bit. I can't do this yet.
Why? Oh, you gotta get the fan off.
Yeah, I gotta pull the fan off. I don't want this thing.
Because someone riveted the damn half together of the fan shroud.
Yeah, that's all right. I don't mind that. They gotta come off anyways. There's bolts on the bottom too, just like this one.
Yeah. Is it really? It doesn't just slide down in there?
No.
Huh.
That's probably a ½ inch, I hope.
Oh, metric. Thought this was an American ride.
No, it is not.
Fan shroud's out. Oh, well, fan and God dang, I can't talk today. Fan and fan shroud are out. And now the front accessories are coming off, and there's a little debate on whether or not anyone thinks that the new water pump came with the studs. And it's kind of a unanimous decision that it did not.
I haven't even opened it, but that's a 13. Of course, there's no 13 in my box.
What? Are you serious?
Fucking over it, not having tools.
Nope, no studs.
No studs?
No studs.
Probably 15, right?
Yeah.
Find it? Did you open the windows up and everything? Huh? I bet Bry's excited about that.
Yeah.
Yep, she ain't going nowhere.
Would you rather work on one of these or a newer vehicle?
Yeah.
Like this or the little red truck?
Your little red truck? Oh, I know more about these than
See, I'm the opposite. That's even though one of these was like I had an '88 GMC was my first vehicle, but I didn't work on things then.
Yeah. No, this is.
But I can work on that red truck blindfolded.
Mm-hmm. It's a good thing too. All right, there's another one
Right here.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh man. You mean to tell me all of them are 15s except this one?
And it's a 14?
Yeah. One size smaller.
That's what they had.
I mean, you gotta admit though, man, 14s, 15s, stuff like that, you know how much easier it is to tell, hey, no, go get a, you know, I could tell him
Instead
if I
of a
have a
3/4.
½ inch, if I have a ½ inch and I tell him go get me a size smaller, I have to tell him what to go get me.
Yeah.
Because then he can't calculate what size smaller than ½ inch is. But if I tell him a 13, get me a size smaller, he knows 12.
Yep. Or you better.
Yeah, well.
But like, I'm sure Denny's Nails does.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. The metric system is a way better system.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just need it to work. It don't cost a fortune.
Yeah.
Come on.
Come on.
It's not harsh on it. Like,
This thing's got a lot of belts.
It does. Seems excessive.
Ugh. How about all this has to come off? It'd be nice not to go back on with it.
what?
The smog pump.
Oh, yes.
Why is it? Oh, because it's all intertwined. You have to take this thing and take it to the car wash and clean the engine bay out. It's dirty.
It's
Oil and huh?
I got some boys for that.
Well, you would think so.
They're never here.
No.
Wow. How many grounds was that holding on? Because
Wasn't very tight.
very, very loose.
It's very loose.
That's why it dies sometimes.
Is that what you're going to ask me the whole time you're out here? You think that's why it does this? To do that because of this?
You're going to learn a whole bunch more about this thing today that you didn't know was wrong with it.
This motherfucker. I feel like this was not a...
It wasn't a 14? It was more like a 9/16. Oh.
What the fuck? It didn't take that long to get it on there. It's a weird bolt.
I thought it was stuck in there.
It was. I don't know what that is. Threads are the same.
Huh. It's always fun when Sean plays with fire.
I'm gonna heat all these up too. I don't know if it's really gonna do anything. Keep taking these out.
Why don't they just give you new studs?
I don't know. Did you look in the bottom of the box?
No. Nope, none in there.
Huh?
No, just gaskets. Oh, no, not even yeah.
Give me a big pair of channel locks. Not even really a big pair, you know, medium.
Oop, I was looking at myself.
I'm done with this guy.
Got it. Is that casting broke off around it?
Yep. That's
Did
what
you
I
do
thought.
that?
I did not.
Oh,
It was already like that.
grab it.
Yeah, no, it's hot. Ooh, look, it didn't have to come out very far. Let's see if I can. Ooh. That one turned. Oh, man, I got a system going now.
Yeah. It's almost there. That's it.
I mean, if it didn't go any further, I'd be okay with it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Break that thing off in there.
Now watch, one of these is not going to go in now. Not that one. Now my second least favorite part.
What?
Cleaning up all the block and everything.
Oh, yeah.
They come with gaskets?
It did. It's in that little plastic deal there. Yeah, I think that's what those are.
There they are. Throw all that other stupid shit away.
Yeah. How bad is it?
It's not bad.
You got the little. You got the.
scraper, I'd be all right.
Oh, I was gonna say the gun with the little.
Yes, or that.
Okay, let me get it. Oh, that's good as new there.
I keep on doing that because
Your tool tray.
my little tool tray is just not really sufficient here.
No,
Is that one that fell look like this?
I thought it was a socket. It sounded like a socket that fell.
Really?
Here's something.
Oh, that's the one I needed right there.
Oh, it was. Is that what fell?
There's a bolt.
I
okay.
feel like that was it.
Okay.
I mean, something else may have fell, but the bolt fell too.
I feel like I need to do that to this whole block. I don't know if that's on there right. Oh, it is.
Bless you.
Okay. I mean, what's it gonna hurt to leave the smog pump off?
I wouldn't think anything, right?
I don't know. We'll just try it for a few days, right?
Yeah.
See what happens.
Huh?
Hey, we don't need you out here.
Taking it off everything else.
If you can tell us how to do this. Yeah, I mean, not only should we not hook it back up, we should take it all off.
Yes. I mean, it's just a
It's just in the way.
half-inch plug to go in each one of those header tubes.
All right, will you get me...
That's the best light you could find, huh?
Yeah, I guess. Give me that little deal that I just had. I'm gonna clean these all up before I guess that'll go over. All right, let me see the belts. I'm gonna put them belts back on. They're really nice. Okay. Felt like this one came off first. This one came off second. This one came off third. That one, and this one. Okay. This one. And then this one. Ooh, yeah, this is the one that was off. I still feel like this is gonna need to come this way. You see the pulley. Boom.
That's a good one.
Now I messed it up. There it is.
Boom.
Let me see one of them bolts. Yeah, I just need one. Because it's got to come back off to put the fan on. Let's use this to line everything up. Okay. And then this one.
You can just leave that smog pump off there, right?
Yes, I hope. Yeah, and then the last one's the smog. Not gonna worry about it. Is that it? Put hoses on it?
Mm-hmm. You're not cooperating?
Yeah,
Oh, is that the new one?
think, yeah.
Oh.
It cleansed off of that.
It's weird that it would kind of rub that and kind of rub that, huh?
You twist it.
Does it need to be reversed? Or is that
This?
the hose?
What do you mean reversed?
Put the
I don't know.
ends
I
on.
put it on the same way the old one came off. Went over and checked it. I mean, this is really not what I wanted to do. Whenever we got so much other things going on.
Mm-hmm.
Not Erin though. She ain't got nothing going on. Look at her.
What?
Huh?
It's comfortable. It's the key to happiness. Learn how to be bored.
You better drop
I'm
it.
gonna drop this thing. Nope. Got it. Got it back.
Nice. Regain control.
Alright.
Now if you just had a ratchet wrench.
I know.
Are those
Okay, once I get all these belts tight, I'll do all of them again.
I mean, that's about it.
Yeah, I need a big screwdriver, tighten that, and then tighten this. And then
What are you looking for?
yep. Without this though. This thing's weak as hell. Ooh. Man. Can you see?
I'm betting you can't.
Jesus. Okay, there's that. Then the alternator, I believe, is a different size. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this one down, even though.
Remember this one had one on the back side?
Yeah.
Two on the back
I think
side.
it's got 3 or so. There was one. There.
It's right there. Straight behind that front one.
Ah.
Yep.
It's a different size.
Of course, it's a different size.
Why wouldn't it be? Is that what those holes are for?
I don't know. That's what I use them for.
That one's real tight.
That's good. Now I'll tighten these back up. All those are tight. Put the top radiator hose on it.
Fill it up with water?
That's it, right? And then while I'm doing the top radiator hose, you want to pull these off real quick and see. And we'll grind both of them, try to get a better connection, and then see if that does anything. If not, we'll have to pull the battery out. And
I'd pull it out and get to all that.
oh yeah, whatever is going on down there. I
Well,
didn't see that.
I can't really tell what those go to. I've got them off the screw.
I mean,
that
go
they-
to something.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like finishing up, pouring the fluids in, fired up.
I think so.
Kind of where we're at here.
I don't really
So,
want to mess with anyways.
new water pump. Same belts because they look pretty new. Checked all the grounds. Cleaned them up a little. Hopefully lights start working a little better now.
Yeah. We'll get it up. I've got 2 more bolts on the bottom of the shroud to get. And then we'll throw the battery back in it, see kind of where we're at with antifreeze, and we'll fire it up and let it run.
Flip that air cleaner lid over, add about 4 or 5 more horsepower.
That's right.
Give her the woo woo.
Give Erin a hot rod.
Day one.
Because that's what she wants. It's a
Yep,
hot
it's
rod.
her favorite thing. That and jacked up trucks,
Yeah.
which
She
actually
hates
are
getting in
her.
cars that drive like stock. Part of her thing.
Yeah. Fired up with no leaks so far. That's a bonus.
Yeah, so far. It idles great.
Oh yeah. You want the tube?
Yeah. Give me the tube. Yep, that's all cold air right there. Might as well be ram air.
Yeah. Cold ram air.
Okay.
Blowing yet?
Yeah, I mean, it's not, thermostat hasn't opened yet, but I see it circulating and I can see it going through the heater core. Oh shit, that's warm. What's the temp?
Probably 160-ish.
Really?
Yeah.
160-ish already? It was had already had some heat in the block though. So basically, I think that the problem with the headlights is going to be in the headlight switch on this truck. You can hold them back, and then some of the lights work. I don't know. It's something that this thing never had that problem until it had that problem. So I'm thinking it's all related.
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking it's all related. She drives this thing all the time at night. Last night was the only time the bright lights wouldn't go off.
Luckily, they're not that bright, so you don't get bright lighted by people.
Well, I don't want to have to listen to it, so I'm going to have to fix it.
So, I mean, no leaks, and we fixed another problem. When we started this deal,
It was a good day.
there wasn't nothing on this side that worked.
Good day.
Cleaned all the grounds, checked everything, and none of that shit was right. But something in that plug was grounding itself out, and now, oh, that ain't on.
That was that, yeah. It was not happy the whole way.
Long story short, everything works now though, except the
except for the headlight switch.
yeah, the bright light switch does not work.
The high-low beam switch. So,
Oh, that would have topped it all off.
Hey, I wouldn't have tried to catch myself with my arm though.
Just-
just hit the fucking ground.
Just hit the toolbox. That open drawer would have tipped it on him. It'd have been a bad day. I'd have just left after I knew he was okay.
But where's all of our flashlights?
Where are all of our flashlights? Whoever's been in this shop and watching this video, where's our god dang flashlights?
Okay, so I just left the smog off of it. We'll see what happens. We'll let her drive it around for a while like that.
Seems fine.
What's the temp at? I mean, I don't think it ever goes up to 200.
I mean, it's under 200, like 190-ish probably.
Yeah. Man, how cool are them gauges?
Yeah, are those the RTX?
Yes.
I need to show them.
Yeah.
So Aaron seen the gauges in Sean's K5 and said, well, why doesn't my K5 have gauges like that? And Sean tried to pull the, well, yours didn't come with gauges like this. But she's smarter than we want to give her credit for. So now she has Dakota Digital RTX gauges also. So now that we got that done, we'll show y'all what we got going on with this unit. It's a lot. It's very involved. It's honest, it's not a lot. It's just, man, it's real tedious.
Well, this is stuff that I don't want to do on the side of the road.
It sucks.
But this is a problem. So these trailers are air over hydraulic brakes. It's just, I don't know. They did conversions to put the 22.5s on these instead of the 17.5s, and honestly, my last trailer was 17.5. I didn't have a problem with it.
None.
I understand.
I mean, these look cooler,
Oh, 100%.
but
I understand that at one point they had problems with tires in a 17.5, but they
Couldn't get 'em.
now. Couldn't get them, and they're not roadworthy for, let's just be honest, semi trucks.
yeah,
Basically, that's what this thing is.
yeah.
And when Renegade made these, Kai has a trailer just like mine. Jeff Lutz has a trailer like this that is the conversion. Well, Lutz's is nowhere close. All of his stuff is Ford F350, F450, and I think 550 stuff. And I think at some point he even told me that that the rotors are excursions.
Yeah.
None of that would work on mine. It was totally different. So what we have is, this is the adapter and the hub. This right here adapts the 22.5s on there. This is the hub. Ooh. Why do I have one washer?
Uh-oh.
I feel like at some point they had washers on these. Oh, right there.
Oh, that one bolt's missing.
Well, on the back of this, right here, bolts on the rotor. The rotor in mine has no hat. It is just flat, and then it has the brake on there.
Mm-hmm.
All the other ones, like what Lutz uses, has a hat that slides over and then bolts on, which sticks the rotor up here.
It wouldn't work.
Would not work on ours because then it would throw
crazy.
all of our spacing off. And I truly believe that the only difference is that this is machined different on his.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see how. I believe that we had to machine this one to make it all line up and fit. I got these brakes brand new last winter.
Yes.
There's a local trucking company here, Southwest Trailer.
Southwest Trailer over on Reno.
They redid all the brakes for me. I paid $10,000 plus to have everything done, and they said everything was one-off parts and all that. So we ended up braking on the way home from Arizona on the last leg. We ended up breaking, there it is, breaking this pad. You can see when that pad broke off, it kicked my rotor, which is right here, sideways.
Caliper.
Yes.
Somebody's going to correct you.
Kicked the caliper sideways. It pushed this out, and then you can see I lost every bit of brake fluid out of this seal right here, which, you know, makes sense because it was all messed up.
Yeah.
So we looked up the numbers. Those actually have numbers on them. We looked those up, and they went to a 02, which this is a 02 trailer. E250 Econoline.
Yep.
So goes to a van. Well, we thought, all right.
That means if that caliper goes
That
to
caliper goes to that rotor probably goes to it too. No, it doesn't.
turns out it doesn't.
So I ended up talking to Kai. Kai did all of his the same time that I did mine last year. The only difference was Kai did all of his. I sent mine somewhere
Yeah.
because it was a nightmare, and I knew it was. I don't know that Kai had the same problems that I had. I needed everything redone on mine.
We had
he just needed
bushings
brakes.
and stuff on the
We had
trailing
bushings
arms and
everything
stuff.
put on this.
Yeah.
Which all season we didn't have not one blowout. The only problem that we had was that tire right there. And you can see it's got a little bit of metal showing, which shows me that this one is out of adjustment just a little bit.
Yeah.
But look,
Well,
they've been on there for 2 years.
The only problem we have, which ties back to these brakes, is when those rotors start braking, it'll catch the pad, and this caliper is held onto the bracket with these little bolts. So it eventually works.
When you have a crack this big in your rotor,
Yeah.
and your brake pad squeezes together, it catches. And that's the reason that brake pad looked like that. Well, not every time does it just tear the brake pad up.
No.
Sometimes it catches, and whenever it catches, it snaps those little bolts off.
And then when it does that, then your rotor flips up and it knocks the valve stem.
A real problem.
That knocks the valve stem plumb out of this tire, and it's just a
and
mess.
let me show you why it does that. Because the valve stem is right here.
Yes.
The brake is right here. As soon as it breaks that bolt, it flips up, it rubs on this, and one rotation, it lops that thing off.
Yep.
As soon as that happens, if you don't catch it right then, within less than a mile, that tire's ruined.
Luckily, we caught the second one. The first one, we just didn't catch it in time, and it ruined that tire.
Yes. So, for the tire's sake, they've been great.
Oh, yeah.
That's literally, that tire's been on there for 2 seasons, and that's the only problem is that it's worn a little bit.
Just a little.
All of the other tires still look great.
They do, really they do. All the others, it's crazy that one looks so bad.
Yeah. But maybe I turn more that way. And you know as well as I do,
Oh, yeah.
it turns this way whenever you know.
Yeah, got the little
But-
tail swing.
But if that's all I got to do is replace one tire every 2 years, I'd be totally fine with that.
Yep.
I just don't want to have to work on this on the side of the road. So what we ended up doing was we went to O'Reilly's and we looked and looked and looked and looked. I sat up there for an hour while RJ was going through everything, looking, and I'm looking at the screen going, nope, 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 nope. So I ended up contacting Kai, and I remember when Kai told me that he found his rotors, and he found his, they didn't really go to this, but he found some, and it's a 13-inch rotor, and it went to a Kodiak. So I looked them up after he told me that. I screenshotted it, and it looks just like my rotor. But he also said that he had to re-drill the holes. I guess it's a different bolt pattern.
It's crazy.
Which is weird. How many different bolt patterns are there?
Yeah.
Like, look at big truck stuff. They're all the same.
Yeah.
A Ford dually will fit on a Dodge dually. Like,
yes.
the 10 bolt stuff and up is normally all the same. I don't know what this rotor would go to, but how could the pattern be different? Eight bolts evenly spread open.
Yeah, I mean,
in a 13-inch rotor. How many more patterns can there possibly be? But I don't care at this point. If I have to just re-drill these holes, I don't care. I'm totally fine with that. We know they're only going to last one season anyways.
Yes.
Not even that, really.
Yes.
We're hoping to get through one season with them.
Yeah.
But at some point, we're going to have to realize halfway through the season, we need to at least put brake pads on this.
Probably
because
so.
even the good brake pads, that one's just totally gone. Okay, here's one that is not bad.
Man, it's crazy.
Look, it's all tore up.
Man, something else is going on back here because that one over there didn't look nothing like this. Like, I only replaced that pad when I
Maybe
did because I had it off.
As bad.
Yes.
So this one had a crack that was about a 1/4 inch thick on it.
And it's just shaving that down and tearing it up.
And it's grabbing pieces of it. And
Yep.
it breaks it off at a time as it goes.
Yep.
And then you hit reverse and it's a whole nother issue once you start backing up.
Yep.
So, I don't know. It's man, when they're good. But coming home from Arizona with no trailer brakes, going up and down all them mountains, it was brutal.
I'd have
And it was
peed myself.
raining. I couldn't see nothing. It was foggy.
Yeah. You couldn't see nothing and it was raining.
Man, I was scared. I couldn't see. The rain had nothing to do with me not being able to see. But
Yeah. No, it was brutal.
yeah. So here's this big old guy that you was talking about.
Yeah, so you got to go to Harbor Freight and buy a $250. I thought you could buy the whole store.
Look, guys, we understand we could have got one somewhere else, but not at 6 o'clock at night around here.
Yeah. I mean, we could have went to a Napa or something maybe, but Napa's closed early around here.
Yeah, and you're going to pay, what, $80 for a big socket like that?
Oh, for sure. At least.
So at this point, what I did was I've been using this trailer place local to me, and it's crazy because I walk into this place. I've driven by it a bunch.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we used to race over there by it.
Yes. It's over off of MacArthur, and it's called B&B Trailer.
Yep.
I walk in there, and there's a big picture of Daddy Dave and Goliath on the wall. And I was like, oh, right on.
Yep.
I look over here. Farm Truck and Asian has stuff everywhere in there.
Yep.
All kinds of pictures, all kinds of photos, even the tire with the clock in the middle.
Yeah, from Farm Truck. Yep.
In it. And I'm like, oh, man, I never even knew about this place. It's like they tried to keep it to
They did.
themselves.
They're smarter than us.
Yes. Like, whenever I find a place that I enjoy and I like and they do good work, I tell people.
Yep.
It's like they try to keep it from me. It's like I call Dave and I go, why you didn't ever tell? You know how many times I've called Dave and had questions about trailer stuff and this and that, and he never mentioned this to me. I was like,
Sorry, son of a gun.
So
Thanks a lot, Dave.
I know. So anyways, this was a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Now she is my people. Like this place, I've taken four trailers. She's got one of my trailers up there right now.
Yeah, so she had the long black trailer for a while after I got back from California.
Yep.
She had your open trailer after we broke it in half.
Oh, that's right.
Your little lawnmower trailer.
A little lawnmower trailer. She just put all new lights and everything on. And now she has a Dad's car hauler.
Yeah, putting a winch and stuff on it, huh?
And fixing that back.
Oh, yeah,
She's
yeah.
not putting a winch on it.
Oh, okay.
That's still Dad's.
Okay.
Like, I should put a winch on it, but I don't know.
I'm going to put a winch on mine then.
But yes, putting new tires on it and the fender. Remember the fender? We had a blowout and it busted the fender all up.
Yeah, mine needs a fender too. Thanks, Preston.
Yeah. So I dropped by her place. I showed her that rotor, and I had talked to her about this trailer before, and she was like, "Yeah, bring it up here. We can handle the brakes." They're not a semi-type trailer place, but she's really smart. And she knows a lot about all this stuff. So I bring that up there, and she was like, and she started looking at it. And I was like, I told her right off the bat, I said, remember I told you that the whole brake situation was a problem with this truck, and this is what all of my calipers look like. Mm-hmm. So I hand it to her, and I'm like, the problem is I have no idea what this goes to. So she said, okay, let me see. And I just dropped it all off to her yesterday. So I'm hoping that she can find whatever it is. I told her the
Econoline, or the stuff Kai had
too, but I also told her the Kodiak.
Yeah.
And she said, oh, I could probably get that rotor here in town locally. And I was like, okay. I don't know if she went and saw it and it didn't line up and she wasn't cool, doesn't understand that I'm cool with drilling holes.
Right.
I don't care at this point. Whatever we got to find and whatever we got to do to get this thing going again. Yes. I don't want to have problems while we're out on the road. So this is things that we have to do all winter long to try to keep from being broke down on the side of the road.
It is not fun being on the side of the road with this thing because you can only get it over so far with this thing. And then no one driving by you gets over it all. Yeah. So you're just out there in the open.
I understand why it does it, man. These things, we pull a lot of weight, and it's a lot of heat on those. And it's a big rotor. It's just not big considering this.
Right.
It needs to be full-blown real air brake system.
Yes.
I just don't like the air over hydraulic. Never really had a problem with the other trailer, with the 17.5.
The other, yeah.
Remember, because it didn't have brakes on it when we got it. We completely redid the whole brake system on that truck. Didn't Monkey get us all them brakes?
Yeah, he did.
Because it had Dexter axles, and he got us the whole backing plate.
Yes.
But of course, most trailers are a drum style brake.
Yes.
And so he got the whole drum assembly, backing plate, and everything.
That was like $5,000 though.
It was a lot.
5,000 or 6,000 just for that stuff.
It was a lot. But once we put that stuff on there, we never worried about it again.
Yeah.
And it's damn sure not a thing where if you lose a brake, you lose a tire also.
Yeah.
So, and I don't see any better way to get better bolts than what these are.
No, because they're a caliper bolt, so they're.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, look at that guy. But we got some new brakes. Slide over here. These are the right calipers.
That's a valuable core.
It is. That's what I hear.
Oh, we got to cut something.
No, we're not going to use this. We'll just bolt this to.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But it's the same.
Yeah.
Small, little bitty bolt. But that's the caliper.
Yeah, no, is.
I matched it all up. Everything looks identical. So I went ahead and got 3 of them. That way I could replace this one and then have a left and a right in the trailer. And I'm hoping that if she finds those, I can get 7 at least.
Be nice.
Put 6 on here and have 1 just in case.
Be nice if she could find some cheap-ish ones.
They're all gonna break.
Oh yeah.
You can't. It doesn't really matter. It's the amount of thickness of metal versus the heat that we put to these things. They're gonna crack.
Yep. When you gotta, the water that we gotta drive through sometimes doesn't help either because they're hot and then they get splashed with water while we're on the brakes. Or
I'm thinking about just we do have a air pressure regulator, and right now, whenever you hit the handbrake, it's at about 20 psi. I don't know what the conversion is from PSI over to air PSI over to hydraulic PSI.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Jr. acted like it was a lot.
Let's Junior, yeah. Yeah, so I don't either, but if he says
turn it down just a little bit and see. And I think what I'm going to do is turn it down until I can't feel the brakes work anymore, and then I'm going to turn it back up just a little bit.
Yep. Kind of like a controller in your truck or whatever.
Yep.
So, if anyone out there in YouTube land is watching this and you have the conversion, let us know. Also, if you know what pieces we need for this.
Somebody's got to.
Yeah.
I talked to Renegade, and this was something that they had subbed out whenever they were building these trailers. They subbed it out to somebody, and they can't tell you anything.
I mean, it'd be nice if they could tell you at least who they subbed it out to so you could call that person, huh?
Yeah. I mean, chances are in '02, them people probably aren't doing anything anyways.
Probably.
They probably done retired.
You know, they got rich off Renegade and said, see you later.
Piecing brake systems together.
Yep. Man,
It's
that
funny
tire's
because
bad.
when we got this trailer, we were excited because there's a cheat sheet in there.
Mm-hmm.
And it tells you everything that you need to know about this trailer.
But it really doesn't. I mean, everything's right except the caliper, right? Like that's
Well, I
the
don't know.
bearings.
I didn't try the bearings.
Oh,
I don't know. But if it makes me wonder if the calipers are not right, because I got these calipers and they didn't fit.
I mean, that is correct for sure.
It is.
100%.
And so is the inner bearing nut is 2.5 drive.
Oh, yeah. That's correct. Yep.
So I think I even went to Napa and got that. And
Nah.
I'm not saying that I couldn't have made it work, but the problem with that caliper was it was not wide enough. And it was just a little bit shorter than what this one is. So by the time I put the new brakes in it, it wouldn't physically slide over the rotor. Now, I'm not saying that they didn't grind down some of the pad.
Right.
Like if you took a little bit off of each side of the pad, it would have slid over it. And then everything probably would have been okay.
But you definitely don't have to do
But you
it
don't
with
have
this
to with this
caliper.
one.
Yeah.
Yes. So,
Huh.
anyways, that's just some of the stuff we got going on in the shop.
Yeah, I mean,
We have everything to put Aiden Chevelle back together. We can kind of show where we're at with it.
and these Viper chairs roll so good. Oh, there's one flashlight hanging on that lift.
Yep. I'll bet the other one's over here too. What do you want to bet?
Probably.
So, and this is the bumper for Aiden's truck.
Yeah, we got all kinds of goodies for that
He's
deal right
gonna
now.
put this on. Yes, he got new headlights, bumper, and he went down and bought this stuff himself. He's been looking at Marketplace forever because whenever I gave him that truck, yes, it had a white front bumper and a white grill and white headlights, but it was all
wrapped.
wrapped.
Yeah.
So it was chrome underneath it. Then at some point he thought, Dad, I want to see what it all looks like in chrome. And I was like, hell yeah, okay.
Yeah, you
Pulled it
do
all
you.
off and ugh.
Yeah.
And now he wants it back white, which I try to tell him that. So he goes and then you ripped his front bumper off.
I did.
So he had to get all that stuff anyways. And this is like, what, $300 for this piece?
Was just that piece
Yes.
that much?
Yes.
Holy crap.
So
How much
I was
that
like,
whole bumper?
Why don't you, 1,000?
God dang.
Well, he got a good deal because it had so many rock chips in it. And then Dad was like, well, I'm going to paint it anyways. So this was all messed up, and they said, well, we'll throw a brand new one in. And since it's all rock chipped up, I think they sold it to him for 1,000, which isn't a bad deal if you need all the bumper bracket. If you got nothing,
Right.
Which Aiden didn't need all that. He could have took his apart, but still.
Yeah.
And if Dad was going to just paint one anyways, he could have just got this. But then this was $300, and where do you stop?
Right.
So, and then he got the headlights. We'll show all that.
Yeah. No,
show all that.
we'll have a full video on everything going on for his truck. And then,
This
we
is
need
kinda where we're
to.
at with this. We put the brakes on it. Aiden put all the interior back in it. He's got the back glass out right now, and he was back here cleaning all this up. The back glass leaked a little bit, and Don had pulled the back glass out whenever he mini tubbed it anyways. So I told Aiden, now's the time. So he's got in here and cleaned all this up because it was, it was
Yeah.
a little rusty, which, man, it's not that bad. Like, it's a little bit rusty right there, but. So now he'll spray this, finish cleaning this up, spray this with some sort of rust killer, and then we'll put the back window and the back package tray and everything back in. So he put the back seat in, he got all the interior back in it, console and everything back in it. We got the brakes done. Because I don't know, did we show getting the strange front brakes?
No, we literally haven't done anything with this car.
Well, motor's in it.
That's a lie. I've got some footage of us getting the motor in it and stuff.
Yeah. Pro chargers in it. Basically now we need to finish the steering shaft, which we're going to do pretty soon, and put the front end on it and then blanket the wires over it. We got the water box in.
Yeah.
We have everything from Red Horse just got delivered for all of the fuel system.
Yes.
We have the fuel tank that already has the air motive pump.
Got the 10 gallon per minute pump that just
10
drops
gallon
in,
per
a
minute.
factory style tank.
Bolt this all together. It drops in here, just like that.
And ready to go.
Yes. So, we just gotta do it. And that sucks because now we have everything we need to, but Aiden's so busy with basketball. He's at basketball every day till 6. And by the time he gets done at 6, I don't wanna be out here.
Yeah. Yep.
So it sucks because I told him, no doubt about it, we're going to get this thing done over winter, and I still want to, but we have to be prepared next season with that car.
Yes. And we mentioned it's all tore apart right now. Motors at Proline, it is junk. Nothing usable out of it, unfortunately. Transmission's got to go get refreshed. We'll take the converter to him, let him look at it. Shock's going to Chris Bell to check them out. Car, you'll see in another video, car had a rough ride home from PRI or from Atlanta. That airbag got a hole in it and deflated, and that's why.
It's crazy.
You know, so
Get a hole in it.
I don't know.
Must not have been in the
It had to not be in the right spot.
There's no other way.
Yeah. So shocks took a beating, so they've got to be rebuilt for sure, or the struts, and then a little bit of paint damage there. But that is what's going on here at 187 Customs. It's a lot, and we're going